Dear friend, today's letter comes from my creative room. I've been thinking about something this week. If you'd asked me 5 years ago what made a great photograph, I probably would have started talking about sharpness, perfect focus, beautiful light, perhaps even the right camera or the right lens, maybe even the latest piece of gear. And while I still appreciate all of those things, I've realised they aren't actually the reason I love photography anymore. Somewhere along the way, I stopped chasing perfect photographs. And strangely enough, that's when photography became far more enjoyable. I think a lot of photographers go through this stage. You come home with hundreds of photographs, open Lightroom and import them, and zoom straight into 100%. Suddenly, you're not looking at photographs, you're inspecting pixels. This eye isn't perfectly sharp. There's a tiny bit of noise. The feather detail could have been better. You slowly convince yourself that perfectly good photographs somehow aren't good enough. I know that because I spent years doing exactly the same thing. Eventually I realised something. Photography had quietly stopped being about experiencing the world and had become an exam that I was continually failing. I honestly can't tell you when it happened. There wasn't one magical moment. It happened slowly. But the more time I spent walking, waiting, watching, the less interested I became in making perfect photographs. Instead, I found myself enjoying simply being there, listening to the birds, watching the light move across a landscape, quietly standing there while an animal eyed me suspiciously and decided if I belonged there or not. The camera slowly became less important, not because photography mattered any less to me, but because the experience simply mattered more. Here's something I've noticed. When I look through my favourite photographs, they're rarely the technically best ones. They're the photographs that are attached to memories. I remember how cold the morning was. I remember waiting. I remember hearing the birds before sunrise. Sometimes I remember laughing because I'd forgot something simple, like changing my ISO, or standing perfectly still while an animal looked straight at me. The photograph isn't valuable because it's perfect. It's valuable because it reminds me of that moment, and it's almost like opening a memory. These days, when I'm reviewing photographs, I don't ask, is this perfect? Instead, I ask, would I like to remember this day? That's become a much kinder question. Sometimes the answer is yes, even if the photograph isn't technically perfect. And interestingly, I think asking that question has actually made me a better photographer. Because instead of chasing perfection, I'm paying attention. I still enjoy learning, I still enjoy improving, and I still get maybe far too excited when everything comes together. But I don't feel like I'm competing with perfection anymore. I'm simply trying to notice more. One day I probably won't remember what camera I used. I won't remember what aperture I chose, or even what ISO I was shooting at. But I hope I'll remember how it felt to stand there, because perhaps that's what photography was always meant to preserve. Not perfection, but presence. So, thank you for spending a little time with me today. And until next time, take care and keep growing.